Guys, I'm just tired at this point. I'm just so tired. Just when I thought, again, perhaps foolishly, that they couldn't disappoint me more, Bethesda manages to just take my breath away. You know, it really is remarkable. Fallout 4 is 10 years old. I think as of today, I think today is 10 years, okay? It is a decade old. And so you would expect that they would be celebrating it with lots of free content, with some big update to celebrate the fans who are still playing it to this day. You'd expect them to throw a bone or something, but no, this is Bethesda we're talking about. So instead, they came out with a product to sell you, the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition. This includes 150 paid mods, which they say is mods. It's basically just micro DLC or DLC. I mean, it's not much more than that. It's like little cosmetics. It's maybe new weapon skins or even weapon types, things like that. They're including a bunch of those into this anniversary edition. You can buy the package of paid mods separately if you want, but there's basically 3 variations of this that you can do. You can either play the base game, Fallout 4, or you can get the anniversary edition that you upgrade from the base game with. And that includes a bunch of these updates. It includes the paid mods. It includes a bunch of this stuff, but it's up to you. And that includes like all of the DLC and everything. Again, for this 10-year-old game, it includes Far Harbor, Contraptions, Vault Tech, Wasteland, Automatron, Nuka World as well. And then 150 paid mods, which are cosmetics and things like that. Now, when we talked about this on Friday, I said, there's no way, right, that this is more than like $20. Surely. It's a 10-year-old game. It's a decade old. Bear in mind, it's a decade-old game that has been broken in large part for a year and a half because the last next-gen update that they did in preparation for season 1 of the show broke the game so severely that they have had like VATs completely busted for a year and a half. The most popular mod in the last year and a half has actually been a mod to roll back the game to a previous version because they broke it so bad. Okay, that's what we're talking about. But instead of throwing a bone to fans, instead of doing that, and even instead of just making it cheap or affordable, you know what they've done? I went to the website. Okay, up until today, this tab, the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, has been blacked out, so you can't see the buy now button, but it is now available. Okay, and when you click on it, it takes you can go to Steam or Xbox, but to just show you this, you go to the Steam page for Fallout 4 now. You have the prompt to buy the base game. Okay, this prompt is $20. 10-year-old game, $20, launched at $60. You know what, it goes on sale a lot. That's fine, I think, especially for a really popular game. It goes on sale, you can pick it up for like $5, $10 pretty regularly, so that's not an insane offense. The Game of the Year edition includes all of the DLC. I do like Far Harbor. Nuka World's fine. It's fine, but it's whatever. But that's $40. So $20 for all the DLC. Yeah, that's probably fair. Tacking on top of that. So this includes the base game and that, but okay. But then we get to this. This is the new thing. The Fallout 4 Anniversary Upgrade. This does not include the base game, okay? You have to buy that separately. The Anniversary Edition upgrade is $40. $40 for an upgrade with like paid mods for a $10 or 10-year-old game, which means if you want to buy this Anniversary Edition outright, it's $60, as you can see here on the Xbox store. It is $60. This game is 10 years old. They're tacking in 150 paid mods, but these paid mods are part of a new store page called Creations that they've added into Fallout 4, where they aim to sell you even more. So their goal is to get you a taste of paid mods and get you in here so that you start spending even more and you buy even more, and then it just spins and spins and spins, and you spend and spend and spend. Now, this is my surprised face. At this point, I expect not much more from them. Frankly, it's just how Bethesda operates. But you know what? I figured we could check this out and see what the update is actually like. So I downloaded the update. I have not tried to boot this up, but I do know of several other YouTubers that have tried to boot this up and have had major problems getting it running. But When I go to boot the game, we're going to see if we can actually get this to launch. I'm going to hit play and we're just going to see what happens, okay? Because other people I've heard, they can't get past the initial load in before it crashes. We're going to see if I can get it working. Whatever's happening on the screen now, I don't think that's supposed to happen. The flickering
may fall to you. That's why we at
that flickering's not supposed to happen.
These educational materials for you to better understand the 7 defining attributes.
Okay, let's just skip, go to the main menu. Before anybody says anything, I did uninstall all mods, so I don't have anything installed, okay? The music still hits. Okay. Thank you for buying the anniversary edition. Download and activate? I didn't buy any anniversary edition. Like, I have not bought anything, so why does it say I have? You can see the load animation even glitches out when you render above 60 frames. Classic. Okay, like this is unironically weird. I did not pay, because God knows I'm not paying $40 or $20 like, or whatever it would be, since I have the DLC already. I would not pay for that upgrade. Why does it say I have it? I don't know. I'm confused. Well, it seems to be working very well. Todd's trying to charm me. He's like, guys, if we give Luke the DLC, then he's gonna love it. It's gonna be great. Do you think it's because I have the season pass from back in the day? Is that why? Shouldn't. What is happening? What is happening? Oh, it's a bug that's repeatable. That happened to me too, says Ariel. So other people are having it randomly think they have the anniversary edition even when you don't. Okay. Become a bounty hunter. It says I have this one, apparently, for $6. Dude, it's broken. Nothing's loading. Again, surprised face. Can't say I'm shocked. Can't say I'm shocked, man. Okay. Well, let's at least see if they fixed our movement speed bug, okay? Let's load in and see if they fixed that. Let's see. Okay. How do I turn on FPS overlay? Here we go. Okay. Here we go. You ready? Yeah. Nope. Still looks stupid. Okay. Show us you're not safe for work mods. Dude, do you remember when we looked at Stellar Blade and we looked up some of those debauched mods? How many of you guys were here for that? Do you remember when we looked up those Stellar Blade mods? The one that was like the most despicable was the one that replaced all characters' hands with feet. Like, bro. Yeah? Get some help. Like, go find Jesus. Goddamn. Like, at what point do you go, do I have a problem? When you're replacing all of the characters' hands in games with feet, I think we've gone too far. So anyway, so that's still bugged. Again, the only way you can fix this is either install a mod that caps your frame rate, go into like, you can go into the NVIDIA control panel and manually limit it to 60 FPS, or I think there's a way to do it through console command somebody was telling me about. But other than that, you can't play the game at this speed because it kind of breaks stuff when you try to play. The game is just not built for it. But hey, at least now in the pause menu, you can pull up creations. So there's that. I'm gonna quit to the main menu. Let's see if it loads in our paid mods now. Nope. Okay, well, only Bethesda could find a way to create all these. Like, again, look at these. $5, $2. Todd. Dude. It's just like, again, I've said this before, I'll say it 1,000 times. We meme on companies like EA, companies like Ubisoft. We meme on these companies. As far as I can think, and correct me in chat if I'm wrong, I can't think of a time where another developer has been so in tandem at the same time. They are at the same time completely incompetent and also excessively greedy. Like, they found a way to charge $40 for this upgrade, for this fantastic new addition that just broke. Okay, now there's just nothing on the screen. Okay. For literally nothing. Okay, they found a way to charge $40 for that, break the game and not fix the real problems with the game, and still charge you excessively for it. Like, it's incredible. It is incredible. We joke and I make fun of like Ubisoft for like the Iron Man skins within Assassin's Creed, because that's stupid. It seriously broke. There's nothing on the screen. I'm clicking. Okay. I'm gonna crash out. I'm warning you. But like, at least those, you pay the $50 or whatever for the skin, and the skin is in the game and works. Like, what the hell is even that? Like, they found a way to lower the bar even more somehow. Oh, now it's initializing. There you go. You just have to click on it and wait a minute and a half. Okay, and it still isn't working. Okay. Again, bear in mind, this one, Become a Bounty Hunter, $6. This, it glitched out. This one, $5, $4, $5, $3. Is it gonna, oh, at least I can buy Vault-Tec snow globes. That's nice. It's an immersion item. That's great. That's great. Jimothy, thank you for 18 months. Can I offer you a sub in these trying times? It does help. It makes me feel better. Thank you. Unoctium, thank you for the 5. I released 2 creations on Bethesda Creation Club today. I made Robin some really good stuff on the store. I would love to check it out. I would love to be able to go to the creation store and look at that mod you posted. But it's not working too good. I'm hoping if I just let it load, it'll eventually work, but it's not. It's just still doing the thing.
Caleb donated $50 through Super
Jesus,
Chat.
Caleb, thank you.
Hey Luke, it's Caleb's mom to let you know after 3 years overseas he's back in the States and won't be able to catch the stream live, and putting in an offer on my first house today, so no more stealing dad's CC. Keep up the amazing work, love.
That's awesome. God bless you too, my friend. 50's very, very generous. Congrats on the first house. We'll offer on the first house. Hopefully it goes in your favorite. That's fantastic. And whenever you get the chance to come by, we'd love to see you, my friend. It's great to have you back, and hopefully you're doing well. And I know what that's like. I'm going through a refinance on this house right now, actually. So I know what it's like to deal with banks and all sorts of stuff. Just had an appraisal on my house. Like, yeah, it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. Thursday? Friday? One of the two. So yeah, I get it. I get it. So fun. So fun. Anyway, I don't think this is going to load in. I don't. I think it's safe to say it's broken. Is that fair? So let me just recap for everybody who just joined us, okay? Oh! That's my O face. Oh! It happened. Okay. I'm scared to click on anything because I'm worried it's going to break it. I can get rainbow power armor for $8. Does that not seem like a little low-key, like, kind of weird to like charge a lot for something like that? You know, is that not like a little weird? I thought they would give that away for free, but okay. No, the Pip-Boy is $5. The power armor is $8. So if you want to be an ally, it's going to cost you that. Wow, $1 for that. Okay. Eyes to fall for. This one is $2. I broke it again. Oh no, there it goes. This one's $2, and it gives you some customizable eyes. Okay. This one, what else is there? Tales of the Beast Hunter. So this is an actual BGS one. Okay. This is an actual BGS DLC. It is a lore-friendly quest, 7-part holotape adventure where you will uncover the legend of the Beast Hunter. You get a new gun, you get this stuff. Okay, it's a cool tie-in. This one you can just download. They're not charging for that. How generous. Okay. And you see there's more. Ancient Alien Blaster. There you go. That one you can just download. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. So excuse me. Companion Casey, Doctor Follower is $3. Shelter Chic is $5. Miss Weldy, Robot and Con Artist Companion is $5. Become a Bounty Hunter. This is another this is Hobgoblin. This is one of their like partnered modders. This one is $6. Okay. But this is the update. Okay, this is the thing you're paying a premium to get access to. I mean, technically, so to be clear, full recap, because I don't want anybody being like, this isn't clear. Bethesda issues an update November 10th. That's what we technically are seeing here. This update adds in the creations menu on the main loading screen so that you can click on it and get access to the in-game store where you can buy a bunch of little things that are $2, $5, $8, $10, whatever. Micro DLC, microtransactions effectively, except the quality's all over the place because some of it is community made, some of it is made by Bethesda, and in a classic Bethesda fashion, a lot of the community stuff is of better quality than the official stuff, but whatever. You get access to that, you can download it. It did most likely break the majority of your mods that were downloaded for free, which has been a pattern that every time Bethesda updates the game with their paid mods, it conveniently breaks the way that you run it with free mods, which I don't think is a coincidence personally, but call me a conspiracy theorist. But they still have not fixed some of the major issues. They did fix the VATS thing allegedly. They did fix some of the other problems with like HUD stretching if you're playing on ultra wide. I don't have an ultra wide monitor set up right now as my primary monitor, so I can't test that at the moment, but they claim that they fixed that with this same patch. However, they are charging $40 for the upgrade to the anniversary edition. In that includes 150 pieces of Creation Club content. These are 150 of these little bitty paid mods that they've just bundled in one big package. I broke it again. These though, apparently there is a bug that you guys were saying, Ariel I think was saying that it happened to them too, where the game is falsely thinking that people have the anniversary edition when they don't actually have it, and it's causing problems because it thinks that you have the DLC but you don't actually have the DLC, and so it causes things to crap out, which is what just happened to me, where it thinks I have the anniversary upgrade when God knows that I'm not paying for that. So there you go. And I guess if you sit and you let it load for 10 minutes, it eventually pops in, but whatever. I can't say I'm shocked at this point. Like, it's Bethesda. They always find a way. Again, unironically, all banter and like sassiness aside, they somehow find a way to lower the bar consistently. If this was like a $10 upgrade, I'd be like, hardcore fans, okay. $40 is insane. Like, it just is. It is a 10-year-old game, and they are now selling a new $60 version of it that does include the DLC, but again, it's 10 years old. 10 years old, and they're charging $60 for it, and the big titular part of it, which is the creations update, is largely broken and isn't working properly. Fantastic. While they still haven't fixed some of the major problems, like if you run the game over 60 frames, the whole thing breaks. So they found a way to surprise me even still. That being said, I really, I mean, we all know why this is happening. It's for season 2 of the show. Everybody knows that's what it is. They are banking on a lot of people who have not played Fallout 4, who are going to see the show and are going to be like, ooh, I'm going to go and I'm going to get back into gaming. I'm going to go try Fallout 4 again. And they're going to buy it and they're going to see the $60 version, not really process that it's a decade old. and they're gonna get that cash. There we go. It failed. And it's the same thing that Naughty Dog did with The Last of Us, where they put out 15 versions of The Last of Us. You know, there's a joke about that where it's, can you name the last 5 games that Naughty Dog released? Yes. The Last of Us? Correct. You got it right. And it's the same basic thing that Bethesda's doing right now with Fallout, where they're just trying to find new ways to package it in a fresh package so that they can sell it and capitalize on the influx of new players. And I will say, this does happen. Okay, this does happen. I went to the Fallout Haunted House at Universal Studios Orlando back during Halloween Horror Nights, and they had big line, of course, because it's a massive line with a lot of people interested in it. But with the haunted house, when we were in line waiting, I was surrounded by all these people who were excited to get into the haunted house and check it out. And it was genuinely like pretty cool. It was pretty interesting. But when we were in line, what surprised me is that the people around me largely had never played the games, or like they were passively aware of it. They're like, yeah, I saw the show. It was really good. Just found out it's from a video game. Can you believe that? Like a lot of more casual people that didn't realize that this was originally a video game series that was then turned into a TV show. A lot of people thought that it was the opposite, or they didn't know that there were any games. There was one guy, I think he was behind us, and he was saying how he used to play a lot of games, but then life happened. But watching the Fallout show made him want to get back into it. He's like, yeah, I remember Fallout 3 way back in the day. And, you know, apparently there's some new ones that we could try. And I think those are the people that this $60 version is targeting. The people who have been largely checked out of Fallout, of the games, and just gaming in general, and are going to be buying consoles for like GTA 6 and are looking to get into the industry for the first time in a while or after an extended break. And they are less price sensitive than those of us who have been in the trenches for a while. And I get it. I understand why they're doing it, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. Okay. I can still point out that it's insane that this game is 10 years old and you just found a new way to package it with a $60 version. Like, that's ridiculous. While it's still broken in multiple different ways. It's just ridiculous. And even the version that you have upgraded and given to us, it's still like busted. The in-game store doesn't even work.
Still, Danny donated $10 through Super Chat. If you look at the Steam reviews, people are saying, if we bought all these Creation Club mods, it would cost $120, but they're giving it away for only $20. Not realizing these mods should be free.
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of cope, but then it's also like what I've said a bunch and many other people have pointed out. The reason why they keep doing this is because people buy it. The reason that they keep selling paid mods for $5, $10, $8 here and there is because people buy it. A lot of people. There are whales that are probably spending $120. There's probably people out there who are looking at the anniversary edition being like, I was gonna get it, but I already own all those mods, because they just are checking the boxes and are downloading all of them. And it's just little piecemeal, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy. And that's what Bethesda's strategy has been, is to try and appeal to more of the live service player than the single player. Because here's just, I mean, the reality and fact of the matter, I think it no joke, just crashed my computer. It's just a black screen. Yep. Okay. Well, oh man, I can't write these videos even like this, dude. Even if I wanted to script something, I couldn't do this good of a job. Thank you, Todd. That's great. That's great. Fantastic. Love that. I think I'm gonna have to manually like brute force power down my PC. That's fantastic. Okay, well, anyway, the fact of the matter is that single player players are not that lucrative. Like, they'll buy your game for $40, $50, $60, but then they're pretty much done. They might buy a DLC if it's really good, but once they buy it, they're good. And on the flip side, if you can get a live service player who's conditioned to spend money regularly for small, tiny updates and upgrades, you can put out one game every 10 years and make twice as much money as if you were just doing single player games. And so to a large extent, it's greed, it's business savvy, And, you know, again, I understand it. Doesn't mean I have to like it, you know?
Kyle Parkhurst donated $10 through Super Chat. I do like Juicehead, but it irks me when he defends BGS charging for mods. It's so strange. The modders get maybe 20 to 30 cents on the dollar, and we all know it. They've broken the game twice now for creations.
Yeah, and I'm not sure exactly what Juicehead has said in quote unquote defense of paid mods, so I won't speak specifically to any of that. Yeah, it just force rebooted my computer. That's hilarious. It literally crashed the PC. It just rebooted by itself. Thanks, Todd. So I don't know exactly what Juicehead has said about paid mods or defending or not defending them, but for me, I think you can very clearly connect the moment that BGS is significantly dropped in quality was when they started chasing paid mods. It was right around that 2017-18 period. It was right around the time where they, yep, literally, it just, okay. It was right around the time where they started shopping for a new, or a buyer. And so they started pursuing pretty much any path to increased revenue that they could. And once they started pursuing that, what we saw was the in-game stores getting built out. And this was always the vision, was basically to have a way where you can put out a game that has problems, just like they always have had with their games, but you can sell the solution back to the players. They will pay to fix it. So you don't have to do particularly amazing work, and you can still reap the benefits of it. And that's what they've managed to do. It was always the plan. But the moment that they started pursuing paid mods and Creation Club, as it was originally called, and remember, it was originally pitched as mods on console. That was the original thing. We're going to get this platform put in the game so even console players can enjoy mods like PC players. And that sounds really good, right? But then later, what did they do? They introduced the idea of paid content. But they said, oh, well, it's modders that are going to get paid for making that high quality content. So really, we're helping out the little guy, because it's little individual modders or partnered modders who are going to get rewarded monetarily for the great work they would previously be doing for free. So you can't be upset with us because it's the little guy who's benefiting. They're using them literally like a human shield. And then after that kind of blows over, then they start raising the prices. Then it becomes more normalized. The goal was always for console mods to turn into the creations system, where you can have paid mods, which is just micro DLC that they can sell to you to create these games that are basically live service in the wrapper of a single player game. It's the exact same thing that Ubisoft has done with Assassin's Creed, where Assassin's Creed is a single player game, but at least most of them are. But they have in-game stores that have all sorts of added content. The difference is, at least for Ubisoft, that it doesn't crash your PC when you open the in-game store. So 1-0 Ubisoft on that one, I guess. You know, but like, that's how ridiculous this has gotten, is that literally, like, for Bethesda to release an update that doesn't cause my PC to crash. My PC, mind you, that is like $5,000. And this thing is struggling to run their update on this 10-year-old game. That's ridiculous. That's insane. But this is Bethesda in 2025. But as you mentioned, still Danny, there's people on the Steam reviews saying, if we bought all these Creation Club mods, it would cost $120, but they're giving it away for only $20. There's still going to be sycophants. There's still going to be fans who justify it and make excuses for it. And that's ultimately why they do it. It's because people still buy them, and they know that they'll get away with it because people will still put up with it, and it's whatever. It's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. I don't like it when Ubisoft does it. I don't like it when Capcom, for example, has done it in their games, where they have DLC for like unlocking crafting materials and stuff. I don't like it when those companies or publishers do it, and I don't like it when Bethesda does it either. But what makes Bethesda's implementation of that so particularly offensive and egregious is that they can't even get it running. They can't even update it in this 10-year-old game, fixing the problems that make the game basically unplayable for somebody like me, and they can't even get it running without crashing the entire PC. It really is, at this point, pathetic. I mean, I don't really know what else to use it. Like it is disgraceful. And when we say like, you know, it's dramatic and everything, but like when somebody says you should be ashamed of yourself, it's often very, very dramatic. But that is kind of what this, we've gotten to that point. They're charging money for this. And when you try to go open the store, it doesn't load for 10 minutes. And if it does load, it crashes your PC. Like, what else do you call than like, yeah, you should be ashamed. You're charging for this. This is pathetic. But they're going to get away with it because a lot of new players will come in. They'll buy it for $40 or $60, and that's just what it's going to be. That's just what it's going to be. Arguably the most incompetent AAA studio. I frankly don't know. And please, in chat, everybody in chat, if there is some other studio that is anywhere near this level, please let me know. But I can't think of anybody. Like, what other studio will update their game, break it completely for a year and a half, sort of fix it later while charging you for something else that breaks it again? People say Ubi, but like the most recognizable and like, I think, famous bug in recent memory for Assassin's Creed was the Ivor drunk glitch, which, if you don't remember, AC Valhalla had a bug where Ivor, when you load in, would be plastered, like you did the drinking mini game, and it would take like a few minutes to wear off in game, and then you could play like normal. But every time you'd load in, he'd be plastered, or she'd be plastered, right? It was a funny bug, not that severe, but when you load in, they are smashed, okay? And they took, I think it was like 5 weeks or 6 weeks to fix that because it happened in the last patch right before the holidays. Everybody left the studio, went home on vacation for the new year and for Christmas. And when they came back after that break, they updated it in the next big patch and fixed it. But that was like a 5-week-ish thing, if I recall correctly. It might have been even faster. But then they fixed it and the game worked just fine after that. Bethesda straight up, like, VATS has been broken in Fallout 4 for 19 months. Today, they finally issued an update to fix it. VATS. Like, that's like, oh, driving in GTA 5 isn't working right now. We'll get to it a year and a half from now. Like, what? What? It's like a core gameplay mechanic within the world of Fallout is VATS. And they broke it and don't know what to do. Like, it's insane. It's insane. In this regard, I'm not saying, you know, in every regard, but in this regard, Bethesda is significantly worse than Ubisoft. Like, they just are. They just are. They break their crap, don't touch it for years, and even then, they still haven't fixed a lot of it. Even then, we can make fun of Ubisoft, but they've also, like, they've had pretty solid performance. AC Shadows does look graphically really impressive, and it ran really well. Steam Deck verified. Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition crashed my entire $5,000 PC 10 years after launch, like, with their big new update. Okay, like, what are we doing? And you have to pay $60. Yeah, like, we meme on Ubisoft. In this regard, Bethesda is quantifiably worse. Okay, like, they just are. Okay, like, I don't know what to tell you. They just are. It's insane. It's ridiculous. So what I thought was going to be just like a quick 2-minute segment of describing how insane this is has turned into 40 minutes of rambling. But this is what Bethesda has become, and this is why I have little confidence in Elder Scrolls 6, which we also do have news about. Just today, an update comes out where Todd Howard did an interview with GQ, Gentleman's Quarterly, where he described Elder Scrolls 6 as, quote, still a long way off, adding, quote, I'm preaching patience. I don't want fans to feel anxious. I like to just announce stuff and release it. My perfect version, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, is that it's going to be a while and then one day the game will just appear. When asked if Bethesda wanted to shadow drop Elder Scrolls 6 like it did with Oblivion Remastered, he replied, you might say that was a test run. It worked out well. But he's describing it as still a long way off. He says they have hundreds of people on Fallout right now. You can't tell. I'll tell you what, you can't tell. And with Fallout 76 and other things we're doing, one of the other things that Todd's referring to, VGC understands, is a remaster of Fallout 3, similar to this year's Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered. It's just, man, it's just insane. Like, at least with some studios, they fall off and then you see them desperately try to climb back up. CDPR, catastrophic collapse with Cyberpunk 2077. And then they said, this is not going to define us. We're going to overcome this. And they worked their asses off. They patched the crap out of the game. Runs amazing, looks amazing, tons of new content added for free. And they put out Phantom Liberty, which is such a good expansion. It could really be its own standalone game, and it would be like a 9 to 10 out of 10 game. You know, that's what I've been hoping will happen with BGS. That's what I've been hoping would happen with all this stuff. But instead, it's just like, nope, we got new ways to charge you money. Bear in mind, it's $60 and you're welcome. Money, please. Money, please. It really is sad and pathetic. And it makes you wonder, was Bethesda always like this? They did introduce horse armor. I think to a certain extent they were always like this, but they found the secret sauce that was paid mods, and it's been all downhill
donated
since then.
$10 through Super Chat. Why doesn't BGS port Morrowind, Fallout 3, and New Vegas to PS5 for $10 minus 15 each? It's minimal effort, easy profits, hype the Fallout show, and win back fans.
Win back fans frustrated with newer releases and mods. I think the plan is to port Fallout 3 with the remaster, so that is in the works. Morrowind, I think, is a much bigger lift than Oblivion was. They might have greenlit that already for all we know, but I after the success of Oblivion, but we know Fallout 3 is happening. New Vegas, there's rumors about it happening and rumors about a remake, remaster. Who knows if any of that is true, but I think pretty clearly that would make money. But what I think is pretty clear is that they would never charge $10 to $15 for it. They would find ways to charge more. And I think that that's the goal, is that Todd's like, we could just do a port and charge $10 for it. Or we could do like a sort of remaster, add like some new filtering options, texture filtering options, add in a photo mode, and then we call it an anniversary edition and we can charge $50 for it. And I think that's what they're doing. I think that just makes more sense for them in terms of business, and they can make a lot more cash that way, you know? But anyway, sorry to start the stream off with a bit of a bummer, a bit of a bummer story, but hey, you know, it's a good day when the stream is only like, we're only in the stream about an hour so far, and we've already had a PC crash because we dared to run a Bethesda game. So there you go. There you go. He took my thing.